Hello, hello, hello. So I'm taking over the 412 page today. I'm hijacking it today. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join in. Then we can start. How are we all doing? If you can hear me, just give a wave. Hello. If you can hear me, give a wave. Awesome, awesome. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join in. Then we can start. Hope we had an amazing day today. If you had an amazing day, give me a wave as well. Okay, I see you, beloved. I see you, Janet. I see you, Violet. I see you, Tika. Okay, so once we're able to get like up to 10 people, I would start. Violet, if you can get our coach to send an invite to 412 Hangout now, I would appreciate that. So Violet, if you can get coach to send an invite, I would appreciate that while we wait for more people to join in. Please spread the word to everybody that we're live now. Promises to be an amazing session today. I have a couple of questions here and I am particularly interested in this topic. So Pastor Jackson, I see you on here and I see your requests. So I think I can see you've gotten a hang of it. So awesome. So we'll get Daddy or our coach to send in his request and we can start. So the topic today is heart pressure. So I've never heard of the word heart pressure until we came up with this topic. I'm always used to hearing high blood pressure and all, but I haven't really heard of heart pressure. So the topic is heart pressure. The objective basically is to talk about the pressures singles go through, how people influence singles saying, oh, you need to get married, or it's not good to be alone. So we're generally going to talk about the pressure Christian singles face in the world today. I see that our coach has joined. I am super excited about this. Our coach has joined and I'll be waiting for him to send his request. As soon as he sends his request, we'll kick it off, because Instagram live is 1 hour, like we all know, unlike Zoom where you can have as much time. So we're going to try to wrap this all up in 1 hour. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we're definitely going to do that. So I am going to accept him right now. Yes, and I would wait for him to come on live now. I see you all. I see you, Chiamaka. I'm super excited to have you here.
Am I on?
Yes, you are on.
Are you cutting my? Do you like the video? Do you like my face this way?
You are on. Welcome, coach. Welcome, coach. We're super excited to have you this.
Yes.
Okay, so spread the word. Let's have more people join. This promises to be an interesting session. So I would just like to bring you, welcome, coach. For those of us who do not know, this is our coach, Reverend Yomi Kasali.
Thank you.
And if
let's
you do
get
not know,
more people to join.
Yes, so I'll just give a brief of what 412 is about while we wait for more people to join. So for new people on here, 412 it's a gathering of young working class singles who come together to discuss contemporary issues, marital issues, career issues, just basically issues that young working class Christians face, And we used to meet physically every Monday at Dominion Hall in Surulere, but due to the new normal, COVID-19, we moved to Zoom. But right now, we're going to be having it on Instagram. So I think we should start now, sir, because unlike Zoom, Instagram is 1 hour, so we need to maximize as much time we have while we wait for more people to join.
Yes.
Okay, so that's awesome then. The topic for today is heart pressure. I was just saying that before we coined up this topic, I had not heard anything about heart pressure before. I used to hear of high blood pressure, other pressures, but not heart pressure. So I'd just like to quickly just tell you
what Jibola, how are you? Yes.
of what the objective of this is. So the objective basically is to discuss the pressures young singles or Christian singles rather go through. You know, oh, you're not married. Oh, why are you not married? Oh, so a lot of times we go through pressures. So we'd just like to hear your view on some of these things. You have something to say, or do I just go straight to our questions, sir?
Well, I think I should say one or two things before you go straight
Yeah.
to your questions. I hope you're all hearing me. I'd like to appreciate everybody. It's been quite a long time that I've had an IG Live. Usually I host and I discuss things on my own handle. And I'm glad to be here today. If I want to hang out is something I think we should all be part of. We should do this more often. We should come together. I'm willing to and ready and prepared to be available to share my thoughts from my experience and from the scriptures with us concerning current and contemporary issues that we face as Christians. I appreciate everybody, all those of you in England, those of you here today. Call your friends and your key ones to come and join us. Heart pressure. I like the topic as well. It's strange, but it's very practical. Sandra, you'll be surprised how many people are going through all sorts and all forms of pressure. Now, when we say heart pressure, definitely we're looking at the part of us as our heart. How we place a lot of pressure on ourselves emotionally because of certain expectations from society, from our parents, from our peers, from people at workplace. And because we are under enormous amount of pressure, we may be making wrong decisions. We may be taking wrong steps because character is revealed under pressure and under pleasure. That's how you know a man and a woman. If you want to know the real me, place me under pressure. What I do, either implode or explode, reveals how much I have within me. Some people are enough to stand, withstand, and resist pressure, and some can't. They're just weaklings and they're feeble, both on the inside, probably not on the outside. You may not even be fragile on the outside. You may be strong, look physically mature on the outside, but you're feeble on the inside. How do we strengthen people on the inside? When I say inside, I mean your heart, I mean your spirit, I mean the part of you that's not visible to the sight and to the eyes of men. So you become very strong, very resilient, very resolute when it comes to things of your values and your convictions. Today we see people being moved up and down, tossed to and fro. So heart, when it's under pressure, when it's under pressure, may break. That's why I have the word heartbreak, heart crush. Oh, my heart is broken. Oh, I have a crushed heart. Oh, that guy did this to me. And some people just place themselves under pressure. And my scripture will be Proverbs 15. Listen to me. It says, a merry heart doeth, verse 15. Verse 13 tells us that heart is the place that determines your facial expressions. He says, a merry heart produces a cheerful countenance. In other words, if you see me smiling, it could be because my heart is merry. So if a heart can be merry, he says a heart can be broken, can be full of sorrow. So when your heart has a lot of sorrow, we call that depression. We call that depression. So it's like because of the pressure, it depresses you. Pressure, depress. So the pressure makes you depressed. So when you are depressed, you have sorrow, sadness, melancholy on the inside. So the outside shows it. You're moody, you're sad. We have emojis that speaks about expressions of our feelings. When we're happy, we go that way. Our mouth goes this way. When we are sad, it goes that way. So those things tell us on the outside what you're doing on the inside. So Christians take care of their bodies. Sandra, we don't take care of our hearts. You know how much money it is buy to take. I'm telling you, you wear beautiful lipsticks, you wear lovely hair, you have lovely makeup. How often do we? You're laughing.
You personally attack.
I'm back. Coach is back. You guys spend tens of thousands of naira to take care of the body. You spend little or nothing to take care of your heart. And the heart is important. And for me, it's important for you to, and that's a modern day emphasis. There's been a modern day emphasis on taking care of the heart of man. Because man is known by his heart. So those are my opening thoughts. let's not start taking the questions one after the other. But the heart is extremely important. We must take care of the heart if you are going to be happy and successful in life. Now, we're not going to single sisters, but single brothers do not have heart pressure with respect to getting married early. It's the single sisters whose biological clock is ticking, who is thinking, wait a minute, am I going to have a husband in life? So they put so much pressure, society, friends, everybody, on that young lady because she's a Christian. So she starts thinking, are you sure I shouldn't help myself? If God can't help me, how? Go sleep around, get a guy, impregnate me, find somebody who's not even worth it, and they are dysfunctional relationships. I don't care. The guy drinks, I don't care. The guy smokes, I don't care. The guy cheats, I don't give a hoot. I will just say yes. Why? So that the pressure can be lifted. And then I know on the inside of me a bit of relief. However, the next 20 years, you'll be miserable, you'll be sad. You're just postponing your sadness and your misery. If you think momentary and temporary pleasure can take care of the pressure, it will still be there. It's just being pushed forward. Let me stop here and take some questions. I have a lot more to say. I can speak on this subject for 1 hour, or 1 hour, and I can give you reasons why young people are putting themselves under pressure. I can give you reasons why our hearts are broken hearts. And Jesus came to heal broken hearts. And the Bible speaks volumes in passage of Ecclesiastes and the book of Proverbs about the heart. The heart of man is the place and the seat of affections and emotions. Emotions is the expression of your feelings. So when you begin to express it, I have emotional feelings towards you. I love you, I like you, I hate you, I'm angry with you, I'm sad, I'm this, I'm that. So you begin to feel it. It's on the inside. You feel something on the inside. You express it on the outside. We take too much care of the body. The body houses our heart. The body. So we put too much load on that fragile part of us that is called our heart. Our heart should be taken care of. You know, many ladies take care of their bodies. They don't want to be raped physically, which is bad, which is evil, which is criminal. But also, they don't mind a man raping them emotionally. The man goes in there, abuses you emotionally, rapes you emotionally, takes your self-esteem away from you emotionally, and then go. And then you now become damaged property for 10 years because you didn't deal with that hurt. You need to heal. And some women are not healing. They're fighting their friends and their associates and good potential men that could be great husbands tomorrow because of their heart. But it's probably bruised, broken, and crushed. We need to help many ladies heal their hearts. Go ahead, Sandra. Over to you.
So thank you so much, sir, for that introductory talk. So I'm taking home with, I have to take care of my heart as much as I take care of my body.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, guys. So while I take some of the questions I have here,
yes,
if you have questions, please drop them in the comment section, and I'll be taking those questions once we're done with the questions that I have here. So, sir, the very first question I have here is, so these questions were gotten from a few people, you know, so
yes,
we just asked them to send their questions. So the first question I have here is, parental influence versus pastor influence. Which one should I go with? So this is someone asking this question. So if my parents say, don't marry this man, my pastor says, marry this man, who do I go with?
Depends on who you are. I can't say that. If you're a cultural person that's not a Christian, and depends on the counsel, I cannot just tell you to go with your pastor, for pastors may also give a wrong counsel. I cannot say go with your parents, for they may not be giving you a godly counsel. The Bible says to us, people don't even understand the place of counsel and counseling. You know, counseling is sharing thoughts and advices with people that need them. However, the counselor is extremely important when it comes to counsel. So if my mother, for instance, or my father, for instance, is not a godly person, do not have the right set of values system that I have, probably believes in all kind of stuff that is against my scriptural dictates, I may not take certain counsels from them. I had a father who was Muslim a mother who was a Muslim. My father told me what to do with marriage. My father told me to make sure there's nothing wrong with cheating. So I won't take that kind of counsel. My daddy had 7 wives and had many concubines. And my mother told me, it's not one woman, no. I don't mind you having a small girlfriend, though. So I won't take that kind of counsel from my late mother. I didn't take it because I didn't think they were right. Because I am a Christian, they are Muslims, and they're giving me counseling according to their own faith that's not against their faith, neither against their culture. So I reverted to my pastor because I thought my faith was more important, and I still think so till today, than my culture. So my faith drives my decisions. My faith influences my actions. So I'd rather go to my pastor, by the way, get a good pastor to give me godly counsel. For the Bible says, blessed is the man that sits not in the seat of the ungodly, and does not take ungodly counsel. Psalm 1 verse 1 to 3. There's what we call ungodly counsel. So there's nothing wrong with you listening to your parents if they give you godly counsel, or your pastor if they give you godly counsel. What you should be looking at more is the counsel being given to me a godly counsel than saying, oh, because it's pastoral, I will take it, or because it is parental, I'll take it. I think we should be more concerned with the counsel. Seek godly counsel from your mentor, from your coach, from your pastor, from your parent. Godly counsel. If you are a Christian, no. no, we have cultural Christian today. Those that move to different ways and those move anyhow. So it depends on where you are. Great with me. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So there was a key point you made. You said there. So godly counsel. Yes. So in other words, God should be at the forefront of anything here. So I'll just like to ask then, how do I know that my choice is God's choice? Is God going to come to tell me that, Sandra, that man be sitting behind you is your husband? So how do I know that my choice is God's choice? How can I tell?
That's probably the oldest question in the town. People keep often asking that question. How do I know God's counsel with respect to marriage? Listen to me, very simple. I've said that one of the ways God gives us His will, one of these, God's will, is what we call God's peace. There's something called the peace of God. My God. Read Philippians chapter 4. It tells you clearly that when you pray to God and you commit your ways to Him, He says, and you say, God, please help me. Verse 6 says, and the peace of God that passes all understanding. There's something called inner peace, not the worldly peace. You just know, for me, that is one of the ways I've learned to work with God. Different people work with God differently. Some use dreams, some use confirmation notes from scriptures, but I believe in the inner peace. And if I'm asking God and I see this guy and I see God, to say, God, please tell me if it's okay. Not the peace you are creating yourself. And you have an inner peace. That's one way to know this is God's choice. But if there's something, there's a trudge, there's something on the inside of you that's telling you something is still wrong. You can't put your fingers on it. You don't know what it is. You haven't gotten an inkling on what it is. But you know you do not have that peace, my dear. Something is wrong. Don't go ahead. Seek counsel. Seek counsel.
Okay, sir. So I'd like to ask this question. So I need you to give us practical ways of dealing with pressure that comes with family. So I've had friends, who cannot really talk in their houses because they're not married. So they want to say one word. Their mother is saying, excuse me, you're supposed to be in your husband's house. You cannot come and be telling me anything in this house. So I need to us practical ways we can deal with pressure from families in respect to you being single. Now, not just the girls, because even the guys go through this. So when a man is in his 50s and he's not married, everybody says something is definitely wrong with that man. But he could have said he doesn't want to get married. Doesn't mean there's something wrong with him. So how do we deal with pressure from family members when it comes to marriage, sir?
Well, it's very difficult. Now, society here in Nigeria and Africa, we all know that our parents believe that a young lady who's in school should marry, and a young man who has finished school and is working should marry. Marriage is part of settling down. Our parents want to have their grandkids. I want to have grandchildren as well. However, I can't change that. It's cultural. It's just natural. It comes natural with them. Don't forget, abroad, in the US and probably in the UK, people at 18 are allowed to marry. Most people marry before 22. Go and Google it. Most young people marry before 2022. In fact, some people at 22 have had 2 kids, 23. So meanwhile, unlike us in Africa, in Nigeria in particular, 22, you're still struggling to get into university for some people. Some may just be finishing university. I'm looking at the average, not looking at the exception, those that are very brilliant and bright. You know, you finish school at 22, 23, you're now being, okay, wait a minute, it's time to get married. So to get people that marry at 22, 23, you find that on the very, maybe 10, 15, 12, 15%. Most people, the marital age in Nigeria is between 25 and 29. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, both male and female begin to feel we should be settling down. So that's the median marital age in Nigeria, especially in the southern part of Nigeria. In the northern part of Nigeria, which you all know, is 19, 20, 16, 17 young girls are marrying. They pick them from the street. The faith allows it. The faith allows it. You cannot condemn what their faith allows. We may say, no, it's not wrong. It's wrong. By the way, that's our faith and that's our land. The legal age is 18. Their faith can put it to 16. We cannot say they've committed that much, can commit a crime. So for us in the South, median marital age is from 25 to 29, 25 to 29. So by the time you're 32 as a young lady, 31, we start saying, excuse me, you're crossing that median age. Why are you not married? As if it's your fault. Now,
Yes.
some mothers may now pile pressure on the ladies, right? They may think when you are 25, 26, 27, you probably messed up. When I say messed up, you just kept moving around different men because you assumed you are still young. You know, that thing called age can be deceitful, especially for people that are between the ages of 24 to 27. You still think, wait a minute, I say, I have years, I'm still young, I'm still pretty, I'm still beautiful. Not knowing that's the age to connect and to link up quickly with someone you can share your life with. So you see different men coming to you at that 25, 26, perhaps 27, and you keep saying, no, I'm not ready. No, this guy's not good enough. That guy's not good enough. This guy's not handsome enough. That guy's not working. Maybe if someone's working, who's good, who's solid, by the way, that's a 35, 36, 37-year-old man. More guys should not fit that. They can be solid financially and otherwise. So we now lose it. But then we're now under 29, 30, we come under pressure. Because then our parents feel, you see, you refused Bolaji, you refused Chukudi, you refused Jones. They came to meet you when you were 24, 25. That guy was, you know, exactly. They start reminding you about those you refused that came chasing you, came knocking at your doors, and you refused them. At that point in time, you feel under pressure. You feel a pouch of regret. Maybe I should have said yes then. Maybe I didn't even realize it was that the clock was clicking. I probably thought I had a whole lifetime. But however, what we should be doing now is to tell mommy and daddies, please, I made mistakes when I was in my early 20s, now my late 20s, my early 30s, my mid 30s perhaps. The pyramid is narrowing down because at the lower age, at the bottom of the pyramid, 22 to 25, you had more men available. 25 to 29, you have fewer men available. 29 to 34, you have much fewer men available. 34 to 39, 36, we can almost count how many that can marry you that are older than you. Except you're willing to say, I don't mind marrying someone younger than me. Even with that younger guy will have younger women. He will not have to say, between this older lady, 2-3 years older, and 2-3 years younger, who should I go for? So there must be something else that may be a drive, inner drive or external drive for that man to come to meet that girl. These are realities. These are practical realities of our days and our times. So we need to live with it. What can you do? One, I do not like young ladies moving out of their parents' house to go and live alone. I don't like it. I don't believe in it. But I've counseled some older ladies in their mid-30s. If your parents are putting you under pressure, if they're not, stay there. Stay there. It's a sign of being under authority. I like people that are under authority. I married my wife not in her late 20s, but in her early 30s, and she was in her mother's house. And I was attracted to the fact that she was under authority. And I said, this is a good woman to marry. That could tell mom, can say, sit down there, and she will sit down there. Come home before 10 p.m. and she'll get home before 10 p.m. Because when she gets to my house, I can put such rules down as well, and she'll obey it. But if she's not, if she's living her own life now, in her own flat now,
that's free as a bird.
So it may be difficult for her to get used to receiving directives from another person, for she would have gotten so used to being independent, to being
Yeah.
alone, and to giving out the orders, and she doesn't receive the orders or instructions. Maybe not orders. Orders would be a very bad word to use. So I would suggest that we manage that period well. If you're older, you're in your mid-30s, and your parents are piling pressure on you, one, get a pastor to talk to them, please. Pastors have solid influence over parents. Pastors can call mommy and daddy. Mommy, do not make your daughter do what is ungodly and sinful. Two, get somebody else in your family, an uncle and aunt that probably can also talk to your parent to get them to please see senses that it's not your fault. You cannot create man, because only God can create an Adam and create an Eve. Here you are. If somebody comes tomorrow morning, you will say, yes, but nobody is coming. What do I do? I cannot go out there and begin to now hurt myself or hate myself. You know, there was a woman many years ago who was placed under pressure. I mean, she's a very young woman. You know what she did? She traveled. She looked for money. She sold everything she had. She left Nigeria for America. Why in America? She said to me, she enjoyed a single life. Nobody is putting under pressure. No flashlight on her every day. She went to America, not because she wanted to travel to America. She traveled to America many years ago just so that there will be no pressure on her from her mother every day. They were piling pressure on her every day. So she left the country. She went abroad. And while abroad, she was happier. She told me that because she would go to work, she would come back from work, and she was doing everything that she wanted to do, and she was okay. And then nobody came eventually anyway. But she said to me that nobody came. I was managing my heart. I was managing the pressure I placed my heart upon. And I said to myself, my God, my Redeemer liveth. If I don't get married till I die, it's okay. But she had that, she took that decision. She left the house, not of her own choice. She left the house to escape pressure placed upon her by her parent. So that's what she did.
Thank you, sir. So I'd like to say again, if you have questions, please drop your questions on the comment section and I'll be looking out for your questions. So sir, we've agreed though that don't allow yourself to be put under pressure. Wait for the right man. But I will also need to know, so what can I be doing while I wait? What
should you be doing?
What do while I wait? While I'm waiting for that knight in shining armor to come and sweep me away, how can I live a fulfilled life while I wait? What are the practical things I can do while I wait? Even prepare myself for the prince in shining armor. I'll come out knight in shining.
I don't know about the knight in shining armor, Sandra. You better say yes to another man that's not the knight in shining armor. This proverbial knight in shining armor that we'll be looking for about a few years, we've not found.
Sultan of Brunei.
I don't think you should be looking for a knight in shining armor. Let me tell you what you do. I honestly think when he said pray, I think you should pray. Continue to pray. Thank you very much for that. That's a very profound counsel. You should continue to pray. Nobody should stop praying. Secondly, you should go to the right places. Unfortunately, we do not have the right places anymore in church. The church used to be very active socially. The problem with the church is we have so many mixed multitudes in the church. And, so, a Christian girl should not go to a club, definitely. Because when you go to a club, you find men that want to sleep with you. They just want to touch your body, not touch your heart. And then it's not about your body. Nobody cares about the soul. You want a soulmate, you want a heart to be touched and be kept and be protected. So you want someone that you will give your heart to and will not break it. When my wife, I promised my wife, if you give me your heart, I will not break it. I will treasure it. I will keep it. It's like Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, verse 5, I think, that you should not cast your pearls before swine. The most precious part of you is your heart. So take that heart, give to a man that would take care of it, treasure it, nurture it, keep it, protect it from external pressure and damage, so that you become a healthy person, a happy person, a successful person, a good family person. So you should pray, you should go to the right places, which is to find fellowships where you can fellowship with men of like minds and and continue to live your life. I don't think you should try to do so. People try too hard. What we should be doing as church is to create those good places for people to meet. That was we have a dinner somewhere once a month where singles come to hang out. Someone to dinner once a month, somewhere on the island. And people come in there, they buy the ticket, they come there, they see themselves, and they can meet friends. We are starting that very, very soon. All of you out there, please prepare for what is going to have a dinner. We're hoping to have monthly dinners where people will come dressed well. We take pictures, people go in there, and then they can meet somebody. You never can tell who you meet every month. The next 10 months, who knows if you meet your knight in shining armor, according to Sandra. So don't overthink it, don't overdo it, don't push yourself, and just do what is right. That's what I would suggest you do.
Okay, so my takeaway from here is, and I'm trying to reiterate what he has said. Go outside and mingle. Put yourself in the strategic position, right? To meet the person. Okay, that's fine. So there was something you mentioned earlier. I have to take you back to it. So you gave statistics that, okay, as a girl gets older, you know, so the eligible men for her begins to thin. So the number of eligible men begins to thin away.
Yeah, thins out. It thins out.
Yes.
As you grow older, it thins out.
So I would like to ask you, sir, should age matter? So if I'm 33, can I not get married to a 23-year-old guy if he's mature enough? Should age really matter?
I don't know about 23.
23-year-old.
Wait, let me talk. No, I agree with you that age should not matter. Somebody said once that age is simply a function of numbers. That age is a function of numbers. Some people are 25 and they are more matured, you know, and the place where people begin to think about age is as you grow older. 33 today, you may look like 23, but as you grow older to be 53, you might look like 63. Because the older you get, the women age faster than men. So the man that is 23, marrying a 33-year-old woman, the 23-year-old guy may look like 29 because he's macho, he's big. But as he grows older, he does not age faster. Women age faster because of childbirth, a bit more of work. So as you grow to be 53, you will be 43, and then you will look 63. So you cannot imagine when you now look 65 or 64, 60, and he's looking like 43. So you begin to wonder, hey, wait a minute, he might be ashamed of you. But age shouldn't matter. I don't believe age matters. I think there's nothing with age. You marry somebody younger, a woman marries somebody younger. I don't believe it matters. The only point is how much younger, how old. You know, it's not 10, 12 years. I think 3, 4 years, maybe 5 maximum, you know, can do if you both love each other. Marriage, what keeps marriage together actually is love, it's not age. That has been proven over the last 5 decades, I mean, five centuries, 5,000 years. It's love all through life. It's love that keeps two people together. It's not age. So that's why it's important, because naturally speaking, people believe that a man should be older because Adam was created first before Eve. So there's nothing wrong. And then again, because a man should be able to help his wife to strengthen maturity. Maturity is very key. Emotional maturity, which is a function of emotional intelligence, not just financial maturity, not just physical maturity, you know, but more importantly, because it is an emotional business, emotional maturity is extremely important, but age really shouldn't matter. That's my conclusion.
Okay, sir. Sorry. So you said that I cannot marry a 23-year-old man. That's what you're saying. That no, spell it out, sir. Are you saying that I cannot marry a 23-year-old man?
You can marry 21. You want to marry Sandra, leave me alone. You want to put words in my mouth. Please, everybody, help me beg Sandra to leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly, I still have some of my questions, but I'm just going to quickly take some questions I see scrolling down here. So somebody, she's saying, what do I do when nothing is working for me? I have no job, no money, and no man as well. So she feels nothing is working for her.
No. Please do not put yourself under too much pressure. Let's take it one after the other, please. Let's take it one after the other. Number one, you have no job. There are the job losses all over the world because of this particular pandemic. So there's everybody, people are going through a lot. You have no money. You have no money because you have no job. Because jobs are the reason why we get money. So one is connected to the other, please. So do not think, so one is connected to the other. Finally, you have no man. That's not your doing. It's not like if you found one and you didn't get one. you should be careful how you place yourself under undue pressure. Listen, there are four ways usually that four ways that people get under pressure. Number one, self. Many of us place ourselves under enormous amount of pressure. How? Through dreams, through goals that will place ourselves under. So by 25, I want to have my first car. So you work so hard, but you don't get it. So you feel a sense of failure. You tell yourself, I'm a failure. If you try to think deeper on why you have a sense of being a failure, or you have that feeling, is because of the goals you set for yourself when you were 21. That by 27, I finish my school, I do this. So meanwhile, certain economic issues and circumstances made those things not to come to pass. Why place yourself under that kind of pressure? So it affects your happiness, it affects your sense of success. I like the word progress. I like people when they make progress. I don't like the word success. It has really placed lots of people under pressure. It's self-inflicted. You place yourself under pressure. Nobody put you under it. You are the one putting yourself under a lot of pressure. I want to buy new clothes every week. I want to buy new jewelry every month. I want to buy a new car next year. I want to buy a new house next year. What if you do get a new car? What if you have no house? Can't you be happy? Can't you just be happy? So all those things are placed by you through your dreams, your goals, and your desires. Don't place yourself too much under pressure. Secondly, societal pressure. Well, of the four kinds of pressure, the self one is the worst. Is the worst. Societal pressure is the one that's placed externally by society. They say, at this age, we expect you to be at this place. At this age, we think you should be achieving that much. At this age, we expect to be in that place. So that's the pressure placed on us by society, by culture, by people that we live with. That's different. The third kind of pressure is parental. Home, the place you sleep, the place you live. So from home, you have people placing you under pressure through words, through innuendos, through actions. It makes you think, oh, wait a minute, what am I going to do? So you even love going home. You don't want to go home anymore. You begin to hate those that love you. And those that love you probably also place you under pressure. And that's also very evil. The fourth kind of pressure we have, peer pressure. Peer pressure is not the same as societal pressure. Because peer pressure are those of your colleagues, those of your stock, those that we call fellows. And you begin to look around, and sometimes they throw it at you on social media. That's the place where you get pressure. When you open social media handles and you see Sade, and you see Sandra, and you see Jennifer dressed in a way, you immediately say, we're peers. How come she's doing so well? I'm not doing so well. Our fingers are not equal. Let's take it easy. Society places people too much on pressure. Society, peer pressure is terrible. That's why people do things. Look, social scientists have claimed, I preached on Sunday in our church, as a social scientists claim that 75% of the things we do them not because we believe in them, but because others are doing them. 75%. 75%. The way we dress, the way we think, the way we act, the way we eat, is simply because everybody's doing it. That's peer pressure. So I gotta do it. If I don't do it, I'll be the odd one out. Nobody wants to be the odd one out. So we want to rather tug along and play along and be in the crowd. People feel safer when they're in the crowd, and sometimes it's not good. So you should be proud of standing out. You can be different when you're okay. There's nothing wrong with being different. People hate being different, especially when it has spiritual values. Others are doing it, you don't want to do it, why should you do it? Don't join them. If you can't beat them, leave them. So I strongly honestly feel that the pressure that is worst of these four kinds of pressure is the self-inflicted one. The one you place on yourself. Because with your own hands, you're going to pile something and you put it on yourself. So, and the only person that can help you with that is you.
Yourself.
You take it off and tell yourself, take off the shackles. I'm free from today. I'm going to live my life the way God wants to live. I'm not going to place myself. If any pastor says I'm not, do you know how many times I talk to myself in the mirror? Every time I feel some people are putting me under pressure, I say, Yomi Kasali, don't let another preacher, another person put you under pressure. If you think I'm not successful enough, hey guys, that's your business. I'm okay. Well, here, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm all right. So you've got to talk to yourself more often. People need to talk to themselves. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. That was one man talking to himself. He said, bless the Lord, oh my soul. That was one man saying, oh my soul. Is it not wrong to talk to yourself? So tell yourself, bless the Lord, love the Lord, laugh a bit more. Talk to yourself, because a merry heart a merry heart doeth well, doeth good like a medicine. Proverbs 22, verse 15.
So you know how I like to give the trending phrases. So let me tell you the
Yeah.
new trending phrase: cut soap for me. So while you were talking, it reminded me of cut soap for me. So when I post a picture and then it looks like everything is all rosy for me, people put themselves, it could be funny, but then thinking about what you have said now, that's like putting yourself under pressure. So I buy a Benz and then a Violet is saying, Sandra, cut soap for me, oh, cut soap for me, oh. So that's the trending that's the trending phrase everywhere now. Cut soap for
Cut
me.
soap, cut soap for me.
Cut
Well,
soap for
what does that mean? What does that mean? Who is cutting you soap? What kind of soap?
If you have gone to somewhere to get soap, cut small for me. Okay, sir. So let them move on. We need to be on the fast lane. We have about 20 minutes more. So
Yes.
somebody else asked, how long should I wait to get a response to my proposal? Now, this is coming from a guy. So I've met this girl and I say I like you and they're praying about it. How long do I have to wait for her to come back with a yes or a no?
Oh, that's a very good question. I don't know who the guy is. The question would be, how long did you spend with her before you proposed to her? That's the main question. For instance, I suggest, usually my style is this. When you meet someone, ensure you develop friendship for minimum 6 months before courtship. My proposal, 6 months is good enough to be someone's friend, to know, because the friendship period is to know who this person is. As friends, you talk more, you go out on dates more, you find out a few things about her or him, what he likes, what he doesn't like, what trips him, what does not trip him, what gets him angry. You look at his character, look at how he treats the poor, treats his parents, treats his church, treats his pastor. You see the person always complaining about tithing, about God, about pastors. Wrong. I think that is wrong. The person is always abusing his parents and father. Wrong. The person does not keep friends. Wrong. So you look at the way he treats women. So 6 months. After 6 months of knowing this person, in other words, now you've developed some friendship. And those 6 months you're praying, saying, God, please help me. I think I like Sandra. I like it. I'll go out tomorrow again. So every time you go out, you have something at the back of your mind. You're talking, you're playing, you're cracking jokes, you're watching a movie together, you go to the cinemas. All you are trying to find out is, who is this girl? Not what is this girl. I can see the what, the external features. I'm attracted to her. But who am I attracted to? I see the leaves on this tree. Does it have fruits? Jesus was attracted to a tree with leaves, but got there, found no fruit. What you're looking for are the fruits. If you find the fruits, decide to squelch under that tree forever. Because the fruit will sustain you the rest of your life. It's not the leaves. The leaves look good. Sandra looks good tonight. Look at the hairdo. Look at her lips. Look at her eyes. Beautiful girl. However, who is this
Cut
girl?
soap for me. Should I cut soap?
I don't know about that soap. I don't know if it's called. Go and cut soap for yourself. I don't know how to cut soap. I've cut soap for my wife. So my wife has cut soap for. so after 6 months of knowing this girl, now you propose. In those 6 months, a good girl should say yes or no in 1 month, not be 3 months. Because in those 6 months, she should be watching out for you. Who is this guy? If after 6 months of you both getting so close to each other, you now propose minimum 6 months, and it's a maximum, minimum. So maximum can be 1 year. I don't believe in 5 years. I think 1 year maximum, or year and a half. Why keep a girl as a friend for 3 years? You're not serious. What are you looking for? They can't find in 6 months. What is the man looking for in a girl after 2 years and still friends? Propose. I won't propose yet. What are you looking? What are you looking for? So between 6 months and 1 year, you should be able to know what you want and propose. That's friendship. Then you're now going to courtship. Now, if she says yes, don't do long courtships. Do maximum a year and a half, 18 months. Sorry, 2 years, make it 30. Minimum a year, a year and a half, maximum 2 years. So don't do 5 years courtship, but still courting. 5 years. For what? But still courting. It's too long. So I would suggest to you, if she's keeping you waiting for 3 months, 4 months, I think she's probably saying no. She's probably telling you no, but she can't utter the word. And she probably respects you, does not want to break your heart. She's saying that maybe it will get to find out that the answer is no. Silence can be get away. You get the point now. So I think you should just walk away and do not think she might still say yes. Meanwhile, you just take a walk. So that's my suggestion to that gentleman.
What Somebody's asking who should initiate this relationship idea, the boy or the girl. So I
Now,
know.
somebody asked, someone's got it. If a person just 10 years coaching, my dear 007, I don't know, that guy is not a serious person. No. Now, somebody had asked that what if you met online? Now, online dating is a bit more discouraged by me because online can be deceitful. I've always told people that. Online can be deceitful. You don't know me, because online is what I want you to see. Online is the picture I want you to see about me. So I will not bring out the real me. You can't find character, except you will find my pseudo accounts. The other accounts I have to now see the real me, because I can give you a Christian handle, the Yomi Kasali Christian handle, and then I have another handle on Instagram that's not the real me. I do porno there. So that one will be a coded name. Coded name. But this one is Yomi Kasali, the Christian handle. I'll be quoting Jesus' word every week there. So that guy is a Christian. You are deceiving yourself. So it's better to meet me. See, because I intend to live with you, not marry you online. If your relationship will be online relationship for the next 50 years, that's fine. Say yes to each other, then marry each other online, and then live together online till death do you part. But if you someday hope to spend time with each other, I would suggest, even though we can meet online, but we must also relate offline. You must make sure that offline relationship is what will determine your decision, not online. I love you, emojis, miss you, forget all that, it can be deceitful. Women can do that, and they're lying to you. So don't let that, sweep you off your feet. That's my suggestion.
Okay, sir. Okay, so someone is asking who should initiate this relationship talk, the boy or the girl? And sir, just before you answer, I know that it's easy to say, oh, the boy, the man should. But sir, when you like this man and he's slow, he's not, he's not, can you not?
I don't know about that. Can you not? Sandra, you can give green light. You can give encouraging body language, encouraging words. You can do that, but you should not initiate for your own honor, for your own good. Men treasure what they chase, not what chases them. Men are like animals. If there are two ladies, I chase this one is chasing me, I'll say yes to you, but I will still feel you chased me. I'll still feel you chased me. It happened to me many years ago. I was not even born again. Then I was chasing one girl, the other one was chasing me. I said yes to the other one later, but I never felt anything for her. Because my heart was still with the one I was chasing. There's something about animals chasing the person they want. They want it. And you must understand that very carefully and very sincerely. So I'm not saying don't give some encouraging things, green light, your body language, your smile, but make sure it likes you enough to chase you and to be willing to die for you. Because marriage is sustained over time with love. That's undying love. It's not just the one that just, I don't know what I'm saying. Let me marry her for pity. Don't let a man choose you out of pity. Let them not even choose you as a trophy. Let them choose you for love. I don't want you, maybe next IG Live, we'll discuss trophy wife, trophy husband, and also the real one. So we can, it's not no pity party. I don't want a pity relationship. Don't let them pity you. Please, men treasure what they chase. Don't forget that. If I chase you. Because even in marriage, you see, let me tell you what I say often. When a man proposes to a girl, and the girl finally said yes, and the man is not overly excited, there's something wrong. Please. If the man says, will you marry me? He said yes. He said, well, I knew you say yes. Let's go.
So when the girl busts out crying,
should be happy. No, when those girls cry, no, there's nothing wrong with the girl crying. I just think, when my wife said yes to me, if you see the way I was feeling, for 1 month, I felt on top of the world. Why? I felt I didn't deserve her. So I said, I will work hard to make her happy. Same with Pastor Fela. You must say, also, yes, I'm in charge. I'm happy. You'll be glad. You will say, God, thank you for giving me the best gift in this world. 26 years after, we're still married today. I still treasure my wife. We married 26 years ago. I met her 28 years ago. And today, I still treasure her. She's like, thank God. I still tell every day, look, I love you, thank you. I still write a poem, thank you for saying yes to me. Thank you for saying yes to me. It's important that the man must be happy. But if the man feels, whatever, I deserve her. Who is she? Anyway, I make more money, I'm older, I'm smarter, I'm better. Could she have said no to this Prince Charming? There's a problem
Prince
there.
Charming, I hope you can hear. Prince Charming, I hope you can hear. If you ever propose and you don't jump higher than I'm jumping, we will repropose. You shall
You
repropose.
propose.
You will repropose.
They should propose. It's true.
All right, sir. So, last two questions before we have to go. So, someone asked, how do I deal with sexual pressure as a Christian?
How do you deal with it? Abstinence is tough. We live in a very sexualized society. Everything around us is sex, sex, sex. Everything we see every day. How do you deal with it? Abstinence. Close your eyes. Pray to God. Ask God for strength. Ask God for the power of the Holy Ghost. Ask God for grace. Ask God for grace. It's not easy. There's no formula to say it's easy, except you want to go and live in a mountaintop where you will see no girl. You'll be in isolation. You live an ascetic way of life. We can't live an ascetic way of life. We have to still be in this world. I'm more concerned, I'm more bothered about young people. Even right now, we have commonized sex. We have taken the hallowed nature and the sacred nature out of sex. We've thrown it out there. It's common. Anybody can do it. Anybody can grab it. Anybody can have it. We've seen it as just man and boy sleeping together. Well, there's no big deal. That's what the white people have done to us. They made something very hallowed, sacred, common, something very sacred, common. But it is not good for us. As Christians, you must prayerfully ask God to give you grace and strength to abstain. That is the only solution. I have no other solution. But say, abstain from it, pray for strength and grace. That God help me, I will not get involved in this nonsense until I'm married.
Thank you, sir. So, final question. So I know we've talked about how you shouldn't put yourself under pressure, how you should wait, Princess Charming is going to come.
Internal pressure, yes. That's
would like to know, can I be single and still be happy? Like, will everybody get married? No. But can I be single and live a fulfilled life? Is that possible?
Absolutely. Difficult. Extremely difficult. But absolutely. Because you just have to change your mind concerning marriage. And I know that you're incomplete as a woman without a man. Being complete is to have a man in your life or a woman in your life. That's completion. But can you be happy without that person coming to your life? Yes. Happiness is external determined. It's not features. Joy is internal. The joy of God, the joy of the Lord. Because it's not of your own doing that you are single, you need to now go within yourself to find strength in the joy of the Lord. To say to God, thank you for the way you made me. I'm fearfully, wonderfully made to understand your creation, your recreation in Christ. For you are a Christian now, and you start looking at the word and say, what should make me happier? Find a purpose to live for in the scriptures. Find a purpose to live for. This is my purpose, charity. I'm going to help the poor. I'm going to do something for the Lord. I'm going to help build a church in my village. I'm going to make people happy. You got a partner? So find a purpose to live for. The reason we find emptiness, even those that are married can still feel empty and not fulfilled because they're living a life without a purpose. Purpose drives joy, especially when you are a believer. I'm living for this cause or that cause. And every time you push yourself and drive yourself to achieve or fulfill that mandate on your life, you find joy on the inside, even when you are incomplete. You still find joy of the Lord. You still feel a sense of happiness and success. That is the way to go about your life. But because most of us don't have any purpose, we want to just live with a man, and those that are even married are not even happy. You know, they are married, they're not happy. And so marriage or being complete is not the only way to be happy. You can be complete as a human being, married to a man, a woman, and yet you're unhappy. Very many people are sad, and they are angrily married, they are unhappily married. And marriage is not the only way to make you happy. Marriage only completes you. Marriage is not the secret or the key to joyful, happy lifestyle. That's why if you go to America, they're married 4 or 5 times, divorced, and they're still sad. The greatest medication they take in America are antidepressant drugs. Many people are depressed. Yeah, they are married. They have been married over time, several times. We have kids. They are still sad. Why? They've not found a purpose to live for. They've not found God. They've not found. That's why when I preach a sermon, the other time people got it wrong. Is marriage overrated? That was what I meant. I'm not saying marriage is overrated. I only said that, look, I'm not saying don't be married. I'm saying, look, don't expect too much for marriage. Now, some people expect so much and too much for marriage. And once I'm married, all my problems in life, boom, will vanish. Voila, is not true. Marriage will just plunge you into a different level of challenges. New life, new demons, new challenges. You will now start facing them. You get the point that that's important. You must be willing to say to yourself as a believer, I must find a purpose to live for, with a husband or without one. Exactly. And the purpose will be God-inspired, God-driven, and humanity impacting. I must impact my generation. And then I can know that I've lived a good life. I can walk away and then go to heaven. Like Paul said, I fought a good fight. I have now finished my course. I can now leave the earth and go to heaven. Paul was single, and yet Paul lived a fulfilled life. Don't forget
there's an argument. There's an argument going on right here. So I need you to clarify. So Obi.Oma said that thank you for saying that a woman is incomplete without a man. So now the women are saying, does it mean that a man is complete without a woman?
no,
So is
man is incomplete. A man is
man?
incomplete. God said it is not good for a man to be alone. In other words, man, for you to be complete, you need a woman. So please, that was what God said in Genesis chapter 2. Don't let's bring feminism to my discussion. What I said in context is that it's better for a woman, to be complete matrimonially. However, you can still be happy. The question is, can I be happy and be single, or be single and be happy? And I said, yes. How? Find a purpose to live for. That's the answer. However, I would like you to be married, please, but should you not be, find a purpose to live for. Meanwhile, even those married are still unhappy. So you have to understand all those points. That you can be married and still feel unhappy, still feel sad. That marriage is not the key to your happiness in life. It's part of the key. It's not the sole key. It's a great influencer, a support, a buffer. It will help you to be happy, to be fulfilled. But some are married and not happy because they're living their lives without a purpose. Thank you very much. We gotta go, I'm sure.
Thank you so much, sir.
I
don't know if you have just 30 seconds. This is my question. I was in an argument with a couple of people. My question, 30 seconds, sir, before we go. So I was in an argument with a couple of people and we didn't come to a conclusion. So the question here is, the Bible says do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. So I want to get married now and my husband is not born again. So does being born again or two born agains coming together or two Christians coming together to marry, does it guarantee happiness in marriage? 30 seconds, sir.
I think I would say 75% yes.
Okay.
For two born again Christians, 80% yes. Because of one reason, you can speak the same language.
Okay.
You can speak the same language, the Bible language, the scripture language. If you are genuinely born again, the scripture language is going to guarantee, because language of communication is key. Because unlike an unbeliever and a Christian, so there's 50% chance because you are speaking a different language, Bible language, she's speaking to you culture or world. So you argue because of love. Love can then cover the multitude of disagreements and you just move on. But Bible language speaks forgiveness, speaks tolerance, speaks love. Because both of you understand each other. My wife and I, the reason we're happy today, in my opinion, is because we're both Christians. Because we've had issues that people have out there and they will probably divorce. We have it to say, no, the Bible says, we say, okay, let's pray. Father, forgive us both. That's the language. So because we understand that language, don't forget in Genesis 11, it confounded their language. They couldn't build the tower. You can't build a home with different languages. It's easier to build when you speak the same language.
So the key takeaway from your explanation is genuinely born again.
Genuinely.
You need to be certain that the person you're going into marriage with is genuinely born again. Thank you so much. Amazing time today. I have missed posting Instagram live with you. It's always an impactful time. I am so happy I posted today. So for those of us that are just joining for the first time, we shall be coming on again, I think in 2 weeks, and we'll let you know what the topic is beforehand. Thank you so much for having us today, or rather,
Thank you. I'll come back again very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye and God bless.
Thank you. Bye, guys. I hope you all had fun today, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.